Alright, so let's talk about integer to Roman. So these are the Roman to integer table, and then these are the base case, and also there are special case, and then which is also represent the Roman value. Let's talk about the example. So num is actually equal to 3, so you're supposed to pick the least greater value. So which is going to be what? You only need to pick, you only allowed to pick 1, right? And then you print out 1 the first I, and then the num is actually remaining 2, right? So you subtract by 1, and you print out the first one, and these are 2, and then you're still going to print I again because you are allowed to decrement by 1 again, and this is also represent 1, and you know just keep doing the same logic. Alright, how about the 58? 58 is what? 58, which is the least greater value, is L, right? So 58 minus 50 is actually 8, and then these are represent 8, right? And doing the same thing, but there are some special case. Alright, in this solution, I'm going to talk about 2 solutions. In this video, I'm talking about 2 solutions. One is using the array, and the array format. The array solution is more reasonable to understand what does the question is asking. For the recursion solution, it's also easy, but you don't get a lot of idea behind, right? So let's talk about this. So I have in array represent what? The value, all of the possible value inside the Roman numerals, and then string is also the equivalent to the integer to the symbol, right? I'm going to talk about how I traverse. So I'm still going to traverse from the greatest to the least, right? And then I need a string builder. This is because what? I need to return to string, right? Okay, so while the num, the num, which is what? Greater than 0, right? You want to traverse, right? But the problem is what? You don't know which one you are going to traverse, because if the num is actually 3, you are not supposed to traverse the 1000, right? And our I is also starting from 0. We have to keep my index at the correct position in order to append the correct string, right? So even though this is greater than 0, right, I'm going to still check my num. So if my num is greater, equal, it has to be equal. This is because what? 1000, right? You can be 1000s for the nums, right? So if this is equal to value as I, then what? The first thing is what? You want to append, right? You want to append the symbol AI, right? And once you put the symbol into the string, right? You want to decrement your num by what? By value, right? You have to do this because what? If you take the m, which is also equal to 1000s, right? And then since you are taking 1000s away, right? You want to keep you want to decrement the equilibrium value just based on your string, right? And then if the num does not greater equal than the value, right? Somehow you want to increment your I, right? To keep traversing the next smallest, the next biggest, value, right? And this is supposed to be a solution, and it's pretty straightforward enough. Alright, submit. Alright, for the time and space are pretty straightforward. These are the space, right? And these are the time. And this is actually like all of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So all of 13, it's constant, right? So it's all of 1, right? And then the time is also all of 1. Like you don't know, like the maximum you can traverse is all of 13, which is constant. And then again, time and space are the same, constant, all of 1. Alright, let's talk about the next one. So this solution is going to be using recursion, and it's straightforward enough. So if you don't understand, then somehow you didn't get the question. Alright, if a num is what? If a num, so we still have to traverse from the biggest to the smaller. So if a num is actually greater or equal than 1000, right? You are allowed to print what? M, alright? And then what's the remaining value? It's going to be what? Into Roman num minus 1000, right? So if you get this, if you get this hint, you probably will understand what I'm going to do next. So if a num is what? Greater or equal than 900, which represents Cm, and then you'll say num minus 900. Alright, just keep traversing the same idea, and then I'm just copy and paste here. Alright, so this is the entire recursion solution. You just keep traversing. Just based on the value, you print a string, and then you decrement the value, and then just keep doing this. But the problem is, well, we have to return the string, and at the end, just doing the base case, the empty string. So still run, still submit. Alright, easy peasy, constant, right? Right, so constant for space, constant for time. So it doesn't matter, two solutions are the same. But this one, you don't know the idea behind, right? You just know is how it is, right? And still, if you have questions, leave a comment below, subscribe if you want it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.